The qualification session is at Chang GP in Buriram, Thailand. The wind speed is 5 km/h from the north-northeast. Rainier Leach from South Africa in T1 is 20th. Peter Geldenhuis from South Africa in T1 is 12th. Mike McGear from Ireland is P8 on softs. Dylan Visagi from South Africa in T10 is P1. Rainier Leach is P20. Rainier Leach is up 7.91 in T3. Rainier Leach is up 8.41 in T4. Rainier Leach is up 10.02 in T8. Dylan Visagi in T12 is P4. Dylan Visagi improved his first with a 142.071. Leon van Linden from South Africa in T12 is P11 on hards. James Leach from South Africa in T3 is P2 up 0.20 on softs. Best lap is a 142.371. 0.300 off pole. Ernest Heather from South Africa in T3 is P3 up 0.14. James Leach in T6 is second up 0.14. "5 minutes remaining in the session. James Leach is up 0.37 in T10. Dylan Visagi in T10 is P1 up 0.20. Dylan Visagi is provisional pole with a 141.748. Mike McGear in T12 is 7th. Tommy Glad from South Africa in T12 is P14 on mediums. Janine Glad from South Africa in T12 is P17. Brandon Dos Santos is 9th up 18.19. Dylan Visagi is first up 0.14. Dylan Visagi is up 0.23 in T9. James Leach is P2. Dylan Visagi is provisional pole with a 141.574. James Leach improved is second with a 142.236. 0.662 off pole. Johnny Geldenhuis is 6th. Johnny Geldenhuis improved is P3 with a 142.464. 0.890 off pole. James Leach SNR from South Africa in T12 is P8 on mediums. Peter Geldenhuis in T12 is 12th. Peter Geldenhuis improved is 12th with a 143.001. 1.427 off pole. Rainier Leach in T5 is P20 up 0.17. Rainier Leach is up 0.36 in T9. Rainier Leach improved is 20th with a 142.467. 0.893 off pole. Brendan Gryasel from South Africa is P4. Tommy Glad in T12 is P14 on mediums. James Leach is second. Best lap is a 142.236. 0.662 off pole. Ernest Heather in T6 is P5 up 0.10. The qualifying session is now in overtime. Leon van Linden from South Africa in T3 is 11th up 0.17 on mediums. Johnny Geldenhuis from Italy in T9 is P3 up 0.19. Leon van Linden in T6 is P11 up 0.46. Leon van Linden is up 0.14 in T10. Janine Glad is 17th. Leon van Linden in T12 is 11th. The race session is at Chang GP in Buriram, Thailand. The wind speed is 4 km/h from the north-northeast. Dylan Visagie is first. James Leach from South Africa is second. Johnny Geldenhuis from Italy is third. Brendan Gryasel from South Africa is P4. Ernest Heather from South Africa is P5. Peter Grobler is P6. Mike McGear from Ireland is P7 on softs. James Leach SNR from South Africa is 8th. 15 minutes remaining in the session. Race start. Brandon Dos Santos in T1 is 9th. Johnny Geldenhuis in T3 is P3. Grobler is P6. Johnny Geldenhuis is P3. James Leach in T11 is P2. Ernest Heather is P5, 0.8 ahead of Brendan Gryasel. Johnny Geldenhuis is third, 1.1 ahead of James Leach. Ernest Heather in T5 is P5, 2.1 behind Peter Grobler. Janine Glad from South Africa in T9 is 17th. Ernest Heather is P5, 0.7 ahead of Brendan Gryasel. Brendan Gryasel was 0.6 faster last lap. James Leach is P2, 1.0 behind Johnny Geldenhuis. Ernest Heather is P5, 0.2 behind Brendan Gryasel. Remaining in the session. Rainier Leach from South Africa is 20th. Johnny Geldenhuis is P3, 0.6 ahead of James Leach. James Leach was 0.8 faster last lap. dos Santos is 0.1 ahead of James Leach SNR. James Leach SNR was 1.4 faster last lap. Johnny Geldenhuis from Italy in T4 is P3, 0.5 ahead of James Leach. Ernest Heather is 5th, 0.5 behind Brendan Gryasel. Johnny Geldenhuis in T10 is 3rd, 0.2 ahead of James Leach. James Leach in T12 is P2, 0.1 behind Johnny Geldenhuis. Ernest Heather in T1 is P5, 0.4 ahead of Brendan Gryasel. Leon van Linden from South Africa is P11 on hards. Tommy Glad from South Africa in T2 is P14 on mediums. Brandon dos Santos in T3 is 9, 0.4 behind James Leach SNR. James Leach SNR was 3.2 faster last lap. Leon van Linden is P11 on softs driving a Honda. Leon van Linden exiting pits on softs. Brandon dos Santos in T9 is 9th, 0.5 ahead of James Leach SNR. Ernest Heather is 5th, 1.2 ahead of Brendan Gryasel. Brandon dos Santos is 9th. Best lap is a 1:44.965. 3.122 off the fastest lap. Ernest Heather in T6 is 5th, 0.8 ahead of Brendan Gryasel. Ernest Heather was 1.1 faster last lap. Five minutes remaining in the session. Brandon dos Santos is P9, 1.0 behind James Leach SNR. Tommy Glad entering the pits is P14. Brendan Gryasel is P4, 1.3 behind Ernest Heather. Ernest Heather in T4 is 5th, 1.1 ahead of Brendan Gryasel. Brendan Gryasel in T9 on lap 7 is 4th, 1.3 behind Ernest Heather. Leon van Linden in T3 on lap 7 is P11. Peter Grobler is P6, 0.1 behind Mike McGear. Dylan Visagi from South Africa is first, 0.1 ahead of James Leach. Peter Grobler on lap 8 is 6th, 0.1 behind Mike McGear. Mike McGear was 2.3 faster last lap. Peter Grobler exiting pits. Brendan Gryasel in T8 is 4th, 1.3 behind Ernest Heather. Dylan Visagi is P1 driving a BMW, 0.1 ahead of James Leach. Dylan Visagi was 1.4 faster last lap. Leon van Linden in T4 is P11. Dylan Visagi from South Africa is first, 0.1 ahead of James Leach. Ryan P from South Africa in T11 is P15. Tommy Glad exiting pits on mediums. Rainier Leach in T2 is P20. Best lap is a 1:42.918. 1.075 off the fastest lap. Brendan Gryasel in T4 is 4th, 1.3 behind Ernest Heather. Peter Grobler exiting pits. The leader has just finished the race. Dylan Visagi finished P1. Leon Van Linden finished P11. Tommy Glad finished P14. Rainier Leach finished P20. Ernest Heather finished 5th. Johnny Geldenhuis finished 3rd. Brendan Gryasel finished P4. Peter Geldenhuis finished 12th. Mike McGear finished 7th. James Leach finished P2. James Leach SNR finished 8th. Janine Glad finished 17th. Brandon Dos Santos finished 9th. Peter Grobler is 6th. Peter Grobler finished 6th. The race session is at Chang GP in Buriram, Thailand. The wind speed is 8 km/h from the northeast. Peter Grobler is P1. Brandon dos Santos is second. James Leach SNR from South Africa is P3. James Leach from South Africa is P4. Mike McGear from Ireland is P5. Brendan Gryasel from South Africa is P6. Johnny Geldenhuis from Italy is P7 on softs. 15 minutes remaining in the session. Race start. Brendan Gryasel in T1 is P4. James Leach SNR in T3 is 8th. Brandon dos Santos is P9. Ernest Heather from South Africa in T8 is 5th. Brandon dos Santos in T12 is 9th. Johnny Geldenhuis is 3rd driving a seat. Johnny Geldenhuis exiting pits on softs. Brandon dos Santos is P9, 1.2 behind James Leach SNR. James Leach SNR in T8 is 8th, 0.8 ahead of Brandon dos Santos. Brandon dos Santos in T9 is 9th, 4.3 behind James Leach SNR. From South Africa in T1 is 15th. Leon van Linden from South Africa in T3 is 11th on softs. Best lap is a 1:46.729. 3.957 off the fastest lap. Tommy Glad entering the pits is P14. James Leach SNR in T8 is 8th. Minutes remaining in the session. Dylan Visagi from South Africa is first, 3.5 behind James Leach. Brandon Dos Santos entering the pits is 9th. Brandon Dos Santos is 9th. James Leach SNR in T3 is 8th. Best lap is a 1:44.333. 2.182 off the fastest lap. Peter Grobler in T8 is 6th. Brendan Gryasel in T11 is P4. From South Africa is P17. Ryan P is P15. Mike McGear in T10 is 7th, 4.7 behind Peter Grobler. Brendan Gryasel is 4th. Peter Grobler is 6th. Best lap is a 1:42.151. 0.222 off the fastest lap. 5 minutes remaining in the session. From South Africa is 20th. Visagie in T3 is first, driving a BMW, 3.5 behind James Leach. Leon van Linden in T3 is 11th, driving a Honda. Brendan Gryasel from South Africa in T9 is 4th, 0.2 ahead of Johnny Geldenhuis. Johnny Geldenhuis in T10 is 3rd, driving a Seat. Leon van Linden in T12 on lap 7 is 11th. Mike McGear in T5 is 7th. Best lap is a 1:42.862. 0.933 off the fastest lap. James Leach entering the pits is 2nd. James Leach is 2nd. Best lap is a 1:42.713. 0.784 off the fastest lap. Mike McGear is 7th. James Leach exiting pits. Ernest Heather is 5th, driving a Toyota, 4.9 behind Peter Grobler. Peter Geldenhuis from South Africa is P12 on mediums. Rainier Leach entering the pits is P20. Glad is 17th. Rainier Leach exiting pits. Dylan Visagi is first, 0.1 ahead of James Leach. Dylan Visagi was 19.1 faster last lap. Mike McGear is 7th. Dylan Visagi in T4 is P1, 0.1 ahead of James Leach. Dylan Visagi was 18.8 faster last lap. Leon van Linden is P11. The leader has just finished the race. Peter Grobler finished P6. Dylan Visagi finished first. Ernest Heather finished P5. Mike McGear finished 7th. Ryan P finished 15th. Brendan Gryasel finished 4th. Peter Geldenhuis finished 12th. Johnny Geldenhuis finished 3rd. Janine Glad finished P17. James Leach SNR finished P8. Leon van Linden finished 11th. Rainier Leach finished P20. James Leach is second.